Well, I better introduce myself as Russell Crowe right now with the Gypsy King, who is looking very well. I love that top.
Thank you very much. This is my Undertaker top. WWE Undertaker themed. I thought I'd wear it for this evening's interview.
You've done well. No, you've been in the gym today, haven't you?
Yes, I've just finished my second session, actually. I've just got out of the gym, had a shower, got back to the house, and now I'm doing this interview. Then I'm going to watch the football. United's playing tonight to go back top of the table.
Did you go to the ground sometimes for matches or not?
Yeah, I did before COVID, before it changed the world.
Look, I'm going to take you on a slightly different route today. Since I spoke to you very early in the day to organise this, and I'm just going to keep it very brief on hopefully what's happening in May, June, and I want to take you on a completely different journey. It sounds like things are being sent between Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn in the last few hours, which is great news, isn't it?
Listen, I don't get involved in the promoting. I let the promoters do it. That's what they get paid for. I get paid to fight, so that's what I do. Promoters get paid to promote. That's what they do. Don't get involved. It's all he said, she said at the moment. So until something's signed, and we've got a date and a venue, I'm still in the same position as I was last year.
But when you go to the gym every day, and I know you've told me like you're almost like living in camp.
Yeah.
Have you got the big fight in May, early June in your mind?
No, I've got nothing in my mind. While I'm in that gym training, I've got an empty mind. I'm focusing on working out, sweating, and making that mind well, keeping it clean and healthy.
No, it looks about physically, you look fantastic. I reckon you're probably about, what are you, if I don't want to be rude here, what are you, 19 and a half?
Yes, bang on.
Yeah, 19 and a half. You look good on it. It's your weight, isn't it? That is your weight.
That's
yeah.
fighting weight.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a really weird question to begin with, all right? I've been thinking about this for a while. I know the answer, what I think you're going to give. That's what I think you're going to give. If you were an animal, Tyson Fury, what animal would you be?
Ooh. Now, the obvious answer, a lot of fighters would say, I'd be a lion. Yeah. King of the jungle, baby. But considering I'm not your average athlete who thinks like that, boxer, so I'd be a dolphin. Reason being, they don't get mithered, they get left alone, they swim for miles and miles, exercise daily, and they're a mammal and they breathe fresh air. So yeah, great.
Do you know what? First of all, and I don't always take this the wrong way and give me a backhander when you see me, but first of all, I was going to say a giant giraffe, yeah?
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, Tyson's a really big kangaroo.
Yeah, nice. If I wasn't a dolphin, I'd be an elephant for the same reasons.
Got you. I'm going to take you, as I said, I'm taking you on a weird journey today. If you were a gladiator in ancient Rome,
yeah,
what would be your weapon of choice for fighting with?
Ooh. Ooh, good question. Now, considering I'm a movie buff who loves that era of movies, I would take, what weapons? I would take a long sword.
Yeah.
And I would also take a crossbow. You're not allowed a crossbow.
You can have the blade, you can have the chain, you could have the shield.
The shield and the sword.
Yeah, no, that's totally you. Totally you is sword and shield. And you fight like that.
Use the shield to defend.
Yeah.
And stab him with a big long sword. But if I was in the mood that I was when I fought Deontay Wilder, I'd have two short knives. So get nice and quick and stick them in deep.
All right. So if you hadn't been a boxer, and I know it's the national sport of travellers and you've grown up in a family with 10 generations of bare knuckle fighters. I've told the story so many times. I've spoken to Dad John about it many times. If you hadn't been a boxer, what do you think you would have been in life as a job, as a profession?
I would have been successful at anything I did. You know why? because I've got the mindset of I have to do it. Life, being successful is all about having the right mindset. So whatever I would have chose, I'd have been the best at. Whether it was painting, decorating, being a joiner, anything, a plumber, I'd have had to be the best at what I did. So no matter what thing I do for a living, I'd be the best at it.
I know you've got this daily ritual now. You go to the gym twice, you run, you train twice a day.
Yeah.
Do you cook your own food when you get home from the gym?
Yeah, sometimes it depends what's going on. Like the other day, for a nice run, came back, and I cooked, me and Paris, we both cooked some nice smoked salmon, scrambled egg, crushed avocado, cup of tea, that sort of stuff. But usually, if I'm out training second session, I'll come back around about 6, 7 o'clock, and Paris will have my tea done already. But if not here, then obviously I cook it. And if I'm not in a training camp where I've got George Lockhart, the best in the world at what he does, then yeah, I cook my own tea. I'm not a bad cook as it goes.
Do you and Paris, are you in synergy when you're cooking together, passing this and chopping this, and does the control change hands of sous chef and chef?
A little bit, yeah. It does work like that, sous chef, chef. But I always, when I do a video, I always call her my assistant. This is to chop the avocado.
You know the lockdown workouts that you were doing in the very first lockdown?
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't do them every morning now, yeah?
Yeah.
Who brought that to an end? Was it you or Paris?
It was me. I'd done like the full lockdown, like 12 weeks of them. And Paris wanted to continue. She was in a real groove of it. But I wanted to go back to my normal routine of jogging outside and stuff in the morning. So I had to end it. I had to go back to doing what I have to do for my sport rather than keep going with the workouts in the morning on the phone.
Is it my imagination, or one day a week you had to drag her to do it, though?
That's right. It was one day a week at least. I had to drag her out of bed by her heels to do it. When she did it, she felt a lot better.
Do you not think a man of your standing these days, the way you are, Tyson, you really ought to have a chef and a butler?
I'm not posh enough for all that, am I?
Do you not think you'd suit having a butler now with you?
Yeah, maybe if I had a massive house where I had like, I don't know, 15 bedrooms and it was like 20,000 square feet and all that sort of stuff and swimming pools and all that. But considering I live in the same house I always have done since 2014, I don't think I need one.
It's funny, you know, because I always say this about you, and people accuse me of being a fanboy of you or whatever, but we've been friends for a long time and we're professional colleagues as well, and we take it very seriously. And we have a lot of fun.
That's right.
But do you ever feel that within the world of kind of fame and all of those things, and people know who you are now, you've always said to me that money will never change you. And I talk to lots of friends about those kind of things, and we always like to say money won't change us because we'll still be as we are because we know ourselves as we are. Have you ever felt it's got on top of you with being too well known or fame? You know, you have fame around you now, and you do have it. You know, you handle it very, very well because you're you. And I know you well enough to know that about you. But have you ever felt it's affected you where you're getting near the edge of the cliff with it?
The money side of things, not interested. Doesn't mean anything to me. To be a multimillionaire or to make 2.5 a week, it wouldn't change me. Doesn't change me. I don't live any different now to 10 years ago. I'll always live the same and do the same stuff. Like I say, live in the same house. People say, oh, money wouldn't change me, but they've got to experience it to realise if it would or it wouldn't. Yeah. With me, it hasn't changed me. I still do the same things. Still live that normal lifestyle. Try to keep as grounded as possible because for me, it's very important to stay close to me grassroots because I've got kids. I've got a lot of kids coming up. I've got 5 kids. It's very important for them to know the value of money Very important for them to know how to earn their own money. So if they see me splashing out all the time and living a movie star's lifestyle, then they grow up thinking that's the only way that they can live. And to earn a normal job, £200-300 a week, whatever they're going to get, they might think that's no good when they're old enough to have been spoiled rotten by multimillionaire parents. So I don't do that. My kids don't go to private school. I don't have any private education. They just go to a normal school. Everyone just does normal stuff. There's no higher lifestyle living here than the next person next door to me. We all live exactly the same, and I like to keep it like that. I'm not interested in fame, can't stand it. Don't want to be a celebrity. I've got no interest in being famous at all. I'm famous because of what I've done as a boxer. And I've got no interest in taking that further and becoming more famous. A lot of people are interested in fame and power and all that, and control. I have no interest in any of those above things. All I want to be is left alone to do my own bit of thing, get on with my own bit of life, do a bit of training. Like I've always said, bit of a sandwich and a cup of tea, and I'm happy. But, you know, there's a lot of people, especially when you're a somebody, they all want a piece of their flesh from you. Mm. You know, you can't be left alone most of the time, and it is what it is. It comes with the job. Every sportsman, every high-profile sportsman in the world, I suppose, has the problem. But the problem they don't have is being 6'9". They put a hat on, they put a jumper on, you can't recognise them. With me, I've got the most recognisable voice and look out there. Bald-headed, 6'9", and sound like a dinosaur. So it's not easy. And, you know, when I'm out with the kids and all that sort of stuff, it's hard. I've got to look after these kids. I've got to watch them. Might be getting run over, might drown in the water. It's a full-time job looking after the kids. Never mind people coming over and wanting pictures and autographs and all that sort of stuff, or me trying to enhance my fame by doing other stuff. Like I say, if I could have just been a boxer and not had no fame, but still had the success I've had, that'd have been much better than being really famous and known everywhere I go. It may sound strange, but it's just the way I am, just the way I live my life.
It's exactly what I thought you would say. There's 7 of you in the family. Is there a number 8 on the way, a 6th child?
Yes. Number 8 on. Yeah, Paris is pregnant again, and the Lord has blessed us, definitely, with another child, and I'm very thankful, you know. Got a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, we're all healthy. That's the most important thing, you know, your health and your family. Nothing else really matters. Your job, your money, your wealth, your career, none of that really matters, because you can go and get another job, you can start a new career, you can go make more money. It doesn't really matter. But the one thing you can't get back is your family, and you can't get back time lost. And that's the crazy thing about it all.
Tyson, I was looking at your Instagram. Correct me if I'm wrong, but have you only ever done 5 posts on your Instagram?
Is there only 5 posts on there now?
I think so, yeah. I may be wrong.
Yeah, there's only a couple on there, because what's happened is I don't use social media as a personal thing. Social media has got nothing to do with me as a man and as a husband and as a son and as a father. So therefore, I don't need to share personal images. What my private life is, my private life, and what my business life is on the internet. That's it. So years ago, I used to post like all pictures and things of like what I was doing and how I'm living and all that. But now I keep my private life private and my business life business. And that's what it is. Social media for me, I don't have all them things where I'm connecting with people. I don't talk to people on there. I only post a few gym videos or a tracksuit or a hat or whatever, an inspirational quote. And then once it's been up for a bit, I delete it.
I know that you've liked to drink in the past. Do you ever allow yourself a beer these days, or whatever you drink?
Yeah, I had a few drinking sessions last year. So I've boxed. I never drunk, obviously, from January to the end of February. From March, April, May, June, July, I had maybe three days out. It was lockdown, wasn't it? And everything was closed.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of beers in Vegas after the fight. I had a couple of pints of Guinness on St. Patrick's night. And then I had another drinking session, like in the day with a barbecue. And that was it. And then I didn't have a drink from July all the way to Christmas Day, which was just over 6 months. I had a few beers for Sugar Hill on Christmas Day, and that was me. I haven't had any since, but I'm having a dry 2021. I'm not even having, like last year, I had maybe 3 or 4 days where I had a few drinks of the year, you know. This year, I'm having none. I'm going on a dry 2021. Not that I need to be a dry 21, but I just want to do it. Challenge. I like challenges.
Yeah.
And 2022, my goal is to have 1 beer a day, 1 pint of beer a day for 365 days of the year. But here's the twist. It's got to be in a different pub, bar or hotel every day. And I'm going to take a picture with the pub and the pint, so the logo's in the background. Every day, and at the end of the year, I'll have 365 of them. I'm going to put them onto a massive collage, little small images, and put them in my room.
Nice. So it's an artistic year of drinking, yeah?
Yeah, just 1 pint a day, though.
I want to ask you a couple of boxing questions. What did you make of this young new star Ryan Garcia in his performance against Luke Campbell? And do you think he's really got something?
I thought it was a good test for him. Luke's a very accomplished guy, and he's only lost to world champions and good fighters. It was a good fight, you know. It was a good learning fight for Ryan Garcia. Luke Campbell did very well, but in the end, Garcia showed his true value, and a true champion can get up off the floor and win fights. And you know, we've seen it with Muhammad Ali, with Tyson Fury, with Ryan Garcia now. Until the champion's knocked down and get back up to win a fight, it's always a question if they can or can't. So, yeah, I hear he's fighting Manny Pacquiao next. So, yeah, fantastic stuff. It'll be good for his career.
Do you like the look of that lightweight division? Are you interested in all those fights between Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, Vasyl Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia? Are those fights that interest you?
Yeah, they're all good fights. It's good for boxing, good for the sport, and definitely good for the guys' career if they fight each other. And there's a lot of fighters just below that or just above it that can all sort of meet each other all around about the same size.
You know what Billy Joe Saunders is capable of?
Yeah.
You think he's got a genuine chance against Saul Canelo Alvarez?
Is that fight happening?
Well, I think they're talking about it potentially in May. It could be the week before you potentially fight Anthony Joshua or the week after.
Whenever that is then.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think of Billy's chances against Canelo?
Billy Joe Saunders can beat any super middle in the world. Not a problem. But the one thing I say is he needs to be active. And the one thing he's not been is active, just like me. When I'm active and I'm injury-free, no one's got a chance with me. Just like Billy Joe. No middle or super middle in the world has got even a chance with him when he's active. Just like no heavyweight's got a chance with me when I'm active. But the good old cliche with me and old Billy Joe Saunders is we're never active.
Yeah.
We've had more inactivity in our career than we've had activity. We've had more time out of the ring than we've had in it. And if you just use me for a minute, yeah, I've had years and years and years and years of inactivity. And again, when I go to fight Joshua in a minute, I will have been out the ring for 18 months again.
Yeah.
And my previous stint before that was 2.5 years. So it's not good preparation. Same with Billy Joe. He's had the one fight against Martin Murray in I don't know how long. So for me to say what Billy Joe needs is he needs another fight. And maybe another one after that. Well, I'll say this one thing. Me and Billy Joe Saunders, we are not journeymen. We are not in boxing for a payday. We're not in boxing to make some numbers up and get a few million quid extra in our bank. Not interested. We would rather have zero money and win than take fights what we're not ready for. So he needs to be active and he will punch Canelo Alvarez all around the ring. Canelo Alvarez's kryptonite is someone who boxes and moves southpaw. Slick, good feet, good hand speed, good power. Joe Saunders does all of that, but he needs to be active.
And does it have to be the performance of his career as well, do you think, to get the victory? And it arguably...
No. Everyone is saying that. Best performance of his career. No. He just needs to be sharp and active, match fit. Canelo Alvarez is going to be match fit, isn't he? Because he just fought Callum Smith. Now he's going to fight this Turkish guy in a minute. That's only 8 weeks later.
Yildirim, yeah.
Yeah. And then he's going to fight Billy Joe after that, another 8 weeks later. However many months it is. So he's being very active. Billy Joe needs another fight or two. Forget about the money. Forget about everything that's going on. People pushing you, promoters, all that. It's about winning. So you need to be razor sharp and active, just like me. The difference in me after just under 3 years out the ring against Sefery to even 2 months later against Pianetta, and then to Wilder, and then a few months later to Tom Schwartz. Look at the difference in active fighter than a non-active fighter. And then again, Wilder's 2 match. Look at the difference from the Wilder 1 match to an active fighter who was match fit.
How do you counteract then? Like you just said, you'll have been out 18 months. It will get talked about. Let's say, you fight Anthony Joshua early June, late May. Is that why you're staying so active all the time anyway? Not in fights, but just staying, not having a downtime, making sure that you can do your utmost with that time out? Because obviously we're going to fight in December, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, I was trying my best to make a fight happen in December, but the promoters couldn't do it, couldn't come up with it for whatever reason. They let me down with that one. So it's going to be him active, 6 months only out the ring, 5-6 months, and me inactive, 18 months out the ring. So it's another one up the old Gypsy King's aisle, isn't it? Take that one and put it in your pipe and smoke it. But you know what it is? I'm that far in front of them all. Doesn't matter. I'm that far ahead, leagues ahead in boxing ability, heart, grit, determination, punch power, balls. It doesn't matter how much head start I give them, I'll always catch them down the straight.
When you go 1 round, 2 round, 3 rounds, as you did recently in one of your posts, I'm going to knock him out first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Are you getting inside his head when you do that?
Yeah, just like I did with Wilder. Just like I did with Wilder. They said he's going to box and move. He ain't going to come and put it on you. What did I do? Straight at him, bombs all the way through until he got stopped.
Is there a danger in you taking it to him that it makes it a closer fight?
No, because like I said, I've got a bigger heart, tougher, mentally stronger, physically stronger, bigger man completely, punch harder. Everything is in my favour. When I take it to them, they can't deal with it. It's like wrestling with a T-Rex. They can't win.
I cannot wait for this fight this summer.
I'm indestructible, unbeatable, can't be beat. If I'm injury-free and active, there's no losing. Can't lose.
Did you watch Conor McGregor at the weekend or not?
Are you there, Gareth?
I'm here. Did you watch Conor McGregor at the weekend?
Gareth, I've lost you.
No, I am here. I'm here. I am here, Tyson. I'm still recording. I am here, mate. Can you hear me? I'm still here. I'm still here. Can you hear me, Tyson? Oh, I seem to have lost Tyson. I'm going to wait for Tyson to come back. I'm going to keep recording here and see if I can get Tyson back. Hopefully.
How's that?
Yeah, good, good.
Fantastic. Can you see me and hear me?
No, I can see you and hear you again now. Did you watch Conor McGregor at the weekend?
I did, yes.
He said inactivity, didn't he? He said,
and he's bang on right. You know, Conor McGregor, he fought in 16, then he had 2 years out the ring, and then he fought Khabib. And then he had another 2 years out the ring, and then he fought Cerrone. And then he had another year out the ring, and then he fought this guy, Portier. So inactivity kills the cat, no doubt about it. When one man's been active and fighting and sparring and in camps, and one man's been on the couch, it's no good.
Is it about keeping reaction times right, keeping timing right? Do you lose that if you don't do it? You actually lose it then, yeah?
You lose your timing, you lose your distance, you lose it all. You lose it all. It's all got to be gained back within camps and within fighting. If you had 3 fights on the bounce and you've never been in the ring for 3 years, the third one you'd be better, 10 times better than you was the first time round.
When does it take people to... Have you only realised that later in your career, really, from the time out?
No, I've always known it. Because I'm a boxing historian, I've always known about the inactivity. Jerry Cooney, when he fought Larry Holmes, he was out the ring for 18 months. And he had the timing wasn't there. Just wasn't the same fighter as he should have been. You know, you've been around boxing enough. If one man's not active and one man's been in the ring, it's an uphill battle, isn't it? You know, that activity is the one. If one man's an active fighter, been fighting regular, even if he's been losing, and one man's got a champion's got off the chair after 2-3 years out the ring, the journeyman will beat him. Because one man's match fit and one man's never had a fight in 3 years.
Before my...
As we've seen recently,
yeah,
we saw Juan Pablo Hernandez, former IBF cruiserweight champion. He came back after a long layoff and fought journeyman Kevin Johnson and got knocked out.
Before my final question, here's to your health.
Thank you.
And your families. We're all fascinated by some other human beings. Who on earth now kind of interests you, would you like to meet? And maybe have like a pint with them, or a dinner with them, or a lunch with them. Someone you'd like to ask some questions of yourself, that you'd like to interview, like I get to interview you with great glee.
Yeah. Who would I like to meet and have a beer with?
Yeah.
Ask a few questions and spend a bit of time in their company.
Exactly.
This is a strange one, but I've got to say it. Do you know who I'd like to have a beer with?
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yes.
Can I have 3 guesses?
You can have 3 guesses, Gareth.
All right. My first one is kind of an unusual one, and it's related to the football team you support.
Okay, go on.
And it's Eric Cantona.
That's a good one, because you know he's my all-time favourite player.
Yeah.
But I'd love to have a beer with Eric as well and ask him. That wasn't the one I had.
Or maybe even these days, act in a movie with him, you know?
Maybe.
What else? So, can you just give me a clue for my second guess? What field is it? What sphere are they existing in?
Sphere right now. They're involved in everything right now.
Right. Okay. I don't want to say this name, but I'm going to say it. Because I know I'm not going to say him. Right. They're involved in everything. I'm going to say... Oh no, I've got 2 names in my head, right? Are they both...
Gareth, come on!
Are they both in America?
They're in America, yeah.
All right.
All over.
They're in America and all over. All right, I'm going to say Elon Musk.
Ooh, not a bad one, but that's not the answer, no.
Donald Trump.
Another good one. I would love to have a beer with Donald, but not him. That ain't the one. My number one person ever to have a beer with and have a half an hour chat with would be Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay, yes, of course, of course.
Can you imagine what it'd be like to have a beer with my saviour?
Well, for a start, I don't think he'd be a beer drinker, right?
Well, how do you know? We don't know, do we?
I think he'd prefer the old coffee tequilas that I drink.
Probably. Well, you said beer, and I said him. All right, if you could have a beer with anybody from history, who would it be?
If I could have a beer with anyone from history, God, I've really got to think about it. I've actually said that before. I've always wanted to have a beer with Muhammad Ali, you know, or sit down and chat to Muhammad Ali. Jesus Christ is one I'd love to have met as well. Absolutely. Because I think you're not going to meet a more fascinating person, and you're going to go away from that conversation with some amazing stuff. The reason I said Elon Musk and Donald Trump, Elon Musk's the richest man in the world, and I want to know why he wants, why his desire to keep going is so indefatigable. And Donald Trump, I want to find out if he's actually got real charisma, because how did he get to where he is? He must have something. And I'd also like to ask him about how tough it was being a boxing promoter, because he kind of did it for a while and then he just disappeared because it was too tough. Bob Arum and Kathy Duver always tell me he couldn't hack it.
No, well, my ones, I'd like to have a beer with Elvis Presley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah, totally.
That would be a good one, like you say.
And a sing song, and a sing at the end of it.
Yeah.
I wish I was in a land of cotton. Oh, the times they are forgotten.
Yeah, and I'd love to have a beer with Tom Jones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And a sing as well, again.
Again, I'd love to. Me, Tom, and Elvis in a room having a few beers. Now, I know that Tom and Elvis have had a few beers before. So, together. So, if I could meet any famous person who's alive now, yeah, anybody, it would be Tom Jones. I would love to have a beer with Tom Jones. I was supposed to meet him a couple of times, but something's always come up where I wasn't able to go to the meeting that day.
It's not unusual. It's not unusual.
If you're out there, it's not unusual to have a beer with a heavyweight champ. Yeah, look, I'd love to have a beer with him.
Look, on that... Oh, Tyson's gone again.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, you're still there. Listen, on that very happy note, I've just got to say it's great to have a chat with you. A lot of unusual questions. You're not normally asked them. I just thought I'm going to stimulate him today.
Fantastic stuff, may I say. Fantastic.
You look really well.
It's always a pleasure, Gareth. And anytime, absolutely, you know you're welcome. And as soon as I have any news to report, I'll call you.
It's a deal. Thank you very much.
Good man. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye-bye.
Yeah, God bless. Cheers. Great to see you, Tyson. Cheers, brother.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.